Hey everybody, it's Eric from epautos.com, your libertarian car guy, and wearing my ear tag to indicate that I'm not a Corona cow, and also my wonderful Corona t-shirt to indicate again that I have not given into fear porn and sickness psychosis, which I hope you won't either. And with that said, let's have a look at this 2020 Mercedes E53 AMG Coupe. Benz offers the E53 in all three body styles that you can get the E-Class in. So you got the sedan, you've got the coupe, which I've got here, and you've got the convertible. And the thing that defines the E53 AMG is that in place of the standard 2-liter turbo 4 that everybody seems to have and is under the hood of almost every car that you can get right now, or the step-up V6, the E53 comes with a straight 6, turbocharged and electrically supercharged, I think that's what they call it, compressor, to give you instantaneous boost immediately off the line, paired with a 48-volt starter generator system that drives the accessories and also copes with the annoying problem of ASS, automated stop-start. The high-volt system immediately restarts the engine without the paint shake chug that so many of us who dislike ASS dislike. So it's a lemonade out of lemons kind of a situation. The manufacturers have had to put ASS into all their cars as a fuel saving and emissions reducing measure with the unpleasantness borne by the people who buy the cars. Note that generally speaking it is, no, in fact universally speaking, ASS is never optional. It's always a standard feature. But at any rate, I don't want to harp on that. Mercedes has fixed that problem, and they certainly have no problem with the looks of this car. Really, really pretty car, and really, really pretty sounds too, coming from that straight 6, which harkens back to classic Mercedes like the 50s era 300 Gullwing that also came with a straight 6. Straight 6s just are extraordinarily smooth. In fact, this thing idles so smoothly you'd almost think it's an electric car until you open up the throttle, and then the active exhaust kicks in. There's an electric baffle in there that opens it up, and let me tell you, it sounds wonderful. You have to drive it to experience it. Some other things too I'd like to show you that are unique to the AMG variant of these vehicles. Mercedes has a new app that goes way beyond the usual, let's see if I can get it to load up here, performance stuff that you'll see in a lot of performance cars. It's a track app. Here we go. It's called Track Pace. And in addition, it says warning, of course, use this only on racetracks. Haha, hint, hint, no. Anyway, in addition to the usual stuff like giving you your 0 to 60, your quarter-mile times, and so on, this also actually will help you get the optimum line on a racetrack. It has a neat feature that videos you as you drive, and then you can go back and review your hot lap, and the system will point out to you where you could have corrected your line for a faster time. It has real-time telemetry, you can see there. It's a really neat system that I don't think anybody else offers yet, at least not those particular features, being able to watch yourself run around the racetrack. And of course you've got real carbon fiber, which is very attractive. It's not cheesy looking fake plastic carbon fiber. Mercedes also does, I think, this is a personal opinion, the best job with interior LED backlighting, which is also a very common feature now. But they do it in a very subtle way. You can see that even the air vents are backlit, and there's backlighting there. And I wish I could show you this at night, but the effect is that you're kind of bathed in light as you go, and nobody does it better, I don't think, than Mercedes. Of course, you've got this dual flat screen display. It's really two separate pieces, but it does look like a continuous flat screen display, and it's configurable. You can alter this to show almost an endless, limitless number of different things about the car. I'd pop the hood to show you the inline 6. Unfortunately, and this is one of the two things I'm going to gripe about the car, Mercedes hides that gorgeous engine under an ugly plastic cover. I think they should have left the plastic cover off and done something special with the engine to make it look pretty, just like the old 300 SL engine, which is one of the most beautiful engines I think it was ever put into a car. And the other thing is, okay, here is the 12-volt power point. You follow my camera angle here. It's tucked up on the passenger side footwell, way up there, not in a place that's easy or convenient to get to. And I guess that's because 12-volt power points are just kind of going out of vogue as USB points come into vogue. Of course, you got plenty of USB points here, so no worries there. That's it. Those are really the only two things that I can think of to critique about this car. Even though this thing is a coupe, it is, let's have a look back here. The back seats are actually quite viable. It's more of a GT than something like, I don't know, like a Camaro or a Mustang that has vestigial back seats, but really they're pretty much useless other than for carrying little kids and maybe a gym bag and groceries. This thing actually can carry 4 adults. The only detraction is getting into the back seats because, of course, it's only got 2 doors. However, you can correct that easily by just getting the sedan version of the E53, which has exactly the same performance goodies, so you don't lose a step and you gain a lot of practicality. Really, really attractive car, really nice car, and with the straight 6, it's something special and unique. There are a lot of high-performance vehicles available in the luxury class, but having that straight 6 is extremely unusual, and it really makes the package. So I'll have more up on the site, epautos.com, shortly. Thanks as always for watching, reading, and supporting the site. And if you want your ear tag, you know where to go. Just send me an email. You can click on the link at the end of all of my articles, and I will send you a Corona ear tag. And final thought on that, I've noticed that more people are wearing the fear masks now than they were a month or 2 ago, which is an interesting incongruity because 2 months ago, we really didn't know what was going to happen with this Wu flu coronavirus thing, and we were told all these apocalyptic things. So it was not unreasonable 2 months ago to wear a mask, given the lack of information. Now, fast forward to today, we have plenty of information that the mortality rate of Wu flu is essentially about the same as that of a bad flu year, and it's only a serious problem for people who are already sick or already pretty old. So it's odd to see perfectly healthy people, lots of perfectly healthy people walking around wearing masks, which are not going to protect them from anything more than a bad flu. And if they're healthy, they're not giving anybody a bad flu or anything else. So it's just odd. It seems as though they're being programmed by TV to be terrified of this virus. I've noticed that, generally speaking, the people who don't watch TV aren't wearing the fear mask, whereas the people who are watching the TV do wear the fear mask. So it's an odd thing, and I think it's just to keep up this perception that this thing is some horrific, awful, unprecedented crisis that has to be dealt with using these extreme measures, and also I think to demoralize people, so that when the time comes and they spring this mandatory vaccine stuff on us, people will say, oh yes, please line me up, I'll be able to take off my mask at last, I might actually be able to go out to eat again, I might get my hair cut again. So don't fall for it. It's nonsense. Look at the facts. Don't listen to me. Just look at the facts. Go and check out what the mortality stats are for Wu flu, not the number of cases. They're trumpeting the number of cases to exaggerate the danger of this thing. You could tout the number of cases of flu and create a similar dire apocalyptic scenario. It's important to check out how many people are actually dying, who is actually dying, and is it reasonable to take these measures based on a mortality rate that is about the same as the seasonal flu that we've been dealing with every year as long as there have been people, and which did not result in fear masking or shutting down of the economy. So anyway, sorry for the long rant. More up at epautos.com, and we'll catch up with you again soon.